Have you ever felt a storm rising inside you? Sudden and unrelenting, triggered by the smallest remark, the tiniest inconvenience, or the slightest injustice. That moment when your chest tightens, your hands clench, and your mind screams with a voice that isn't yours, yet it feels like it controls you entirely. You know that burning tension, the rush to snap back, to argue, to push, to defend, to react before thinking, and then the crushing regret that follows. That's not just anger, that's a trap. And it's been set long before you even realized it. Every reaction you've had, every harsh word you've let slip, every snap judgment, each one quietly shaping your life, steering it away from the calm, clarity, and control you secretly crave. It's exhausting, isn't it? Feeling like your emotions are always one step ahead of your reason, running your life without permission. And yet, here you are, still searching for a way out, still hoping that someday, somehow, you'll discover the secret to owning your own mind instead of letting it own you. What if I told you that there is a way to step off that relentless treadmill of reaction? That the very thing that feels impossible, the instinct to explode, to lash out, to lose control, is exactly the thing you can learn to master. And not in some distant mystical sense, but here, in this very moment, through choices you can make right now. There is a kind of power, raw and undeniable, that comes from refusing to respond. It doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean avoidance. It means stepping into a space where your mind and your heart are aligned, where your actions come from clarity instead of chaos. Imagine feeling that first sense of freedom, the tension that normally consumes you, released not by confrontation, but by a calm that radiates from deep within. Imagine looking at a provocation and instead of reacting, seeing it clearly, feeling it fully, and still choosing how to move. That is the reward waiting at the end of this journey. And it is closer than you think. Every time you react without pause, your energy is spent, your focus scattered, your clarity muddied, your relationships frayed. Every emotional outburst is a brick added to a wall separating you from the life you actually want to live. And the irony is brutal. You often regret these moments more than the events that caused them. The insult, the criticism, the provocation, these are fleeting. The fallout of your reaction lasts far longer. Every snap, every harsh word, every surge of anger is a small surrender, a tiny fracture in your control over your own existence. And yet, the solution isn't to suppress these emotions or pretend they don't exist. That's not power. Power is not denying the storm. It is learning to navigate it. It is recognizing the impulse, feeling the tension, but choosing the path that serves you instead of obeying the path that serves only the moment. Control doesn't come from shutting down. Control comes from awareness, from noticing the flicker of irritation before it ignites, from observing the swell of frustration before it spills, from feeling the heat in your chest, the tightening in your jaw, the racing pulse, and still finding the space to respond differently. There is a strange kind of joy in that moment, a quiet, almost invisible victory that no one else will see, yet it reshapes your life profoundly. Every time you refuse to react in haste, you reclaim a piece of yourself that you didn't even know you'd lost. The power grows with every pause, every breath, every conscious choice. It accumulates silently, invisibly, but it transforms everything. Your decisions, your relationships, your sense of peace. And here is the truth you need to feel deep in your bones. Your reactions do not define you. They are not prophecy nor inevitability. They are impulses, wild and strong, but they are not you. You are something greater, something capable of observing the chaos without being swept away by it. That space, the space between feeling and action, is where freedom lives. That space is where your life begins to belong to you. The storm will always come. People will always provoke. Situations will always challenge. Emotions will always rise. But the choice, your choice, is eternal. Will you let the current drag you under, or will you step aside, breathe, and rise above it? This is the doorway. This is the path. And it starts with understanding one simple, revolutionary idea. The moment you stop reacting is the moment you gain control over everything that matters most. Every time you feel that surge, that instinct to lash out or defend yourself, notice it. Don't push it away. Don't pretend it isn't there. Lean into it. Feel it fully, as if you are meeting an old adversary face to face. There is power in acknowledging what most people try desperately to ignore. That power is yours the moment you stop running from the truth of your own mind. You are not weak because you feel. You are alive because you can feel. And yet, there is a line that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, the trapped from the free. That line is action, but not the action your instincts demand. The action I'm talking about is deliberate. It is conscious. It is the small but seismic decision to pause, to breathe, to refuse the chaos the world throws at you. And it matters more than you realize. Every time you give in to the impulse to react, you hand away control piece by piece. But every time you choose restraint, you gain something no one else can take, mastery over yourself. Imagine a life where you are not tossed by every insult, every criticism, every unexpected twist. A life where the words of others bounce off you, leaving no scar because you have built an inner fortress that cannot be breached. That life is not a fantasy. It is within reach, but only if you are willing to confront the discomfort of restraint. It is uncomfortable at first. The instinct fights back. The mind screams for immediate response. The body urges explosion. But in that tension, that resistance, lies the opportunity to rise above everyone else who surrenders to the noise. Every human being reacts. Every human being gives in. Few ever pause. Fewer still find the courage to stop and choose differently. And that courage is contagious. When you harness it, the ripple spreads farther than you can see, influencing the way others respond, the way situations unfold, the way life itself bends toward calm instead of chaos. There is a quiet kind of authority that comes from mastering your reactions. It isn't loud. It isn't flashy. It doesn't seek attention, but it is noticed. People feel it. The room changes when you remain unshaken. Decisions become sharper. Relationships become clearer. You no longer chase validation or approval because your anchor is internal. Every moment of restraint compounds. Every deliberate pause, every conscious breath, every second spent observing before responding is a brick in a foundation that can withstand storms most people can't even imagine. And the deeper you go, the faster the transformation accelerates. The energy that once went into fights, arguments, or regrets now flows into focus, clarity, and forward motion. Every impulse resisted is energy reclaimed. Every thought controlled is power gained. Every moment you choose presence over reaction, you are rewriting the story of your life, line by line, choice by choice. But this isn't theoretical. This isn't some distant ideal reserved for philosophers or monks. This is practical. This is now. Every second you spend lost in reactive patterns is a second wasted. Every time you let someone else's words or actions dictate your emotional state, you surrender a piece of your freedom. And freedom is not negotiable. You can survive without it, but you cannot thrive. The stakes are higher than comfort, higher than convenience. They are higher than your pride, higher than your ego, higher than the fleeting satisfaction of lashing out. Because the life you are capable of living, the clarity, peace, and control waiting for you, will not wait forever. You cannot reclaim the time you've spent reacting, but you can change the trajectory of every moment from here on out. The first step is deceptively simple. Notice the urge. Don't act immediately. Don't justify. Don't argue with yourself. Just observe. Let the surge of anger, frustration, or fear pass through you like a storm over water, leaving the surface rippled, but intact, untouched beneath. In that pause, even for a breath, you reclaim yourself. In that pause, you assert dominion over your own mind. In that pause, you plant a seed that grows into unshakable strength. And once you experience it, even once, you will know that the power to not react is more potent than any reaction could ever be. The path is clear, the choice is yours, and the moment to step into control is this very one. The storm will come again. It always does. But this time, you will stand steady. You will rise. You will choose. And nothing, not anger, not fear, not provocation, will ever have the power to pull you under again. Every time you hold yourself back, every time you pause when the world expects you to explode, you are doing something most people never even consider. You are breaking patterns that have controlled lives for generations. You are stepping into a space few have dared to enter, the space of true autonomy. Most people live as if every insult, every provocation, every unexpected challenge is a command. They react, they lash out, they surrender, and in surrendering, they give away their power piece by piece. But you are different. You have glimpsed a truth that most ignore. Your reactions are not obligations. They are invitations, opportunities to rise, or chances to fall. The choice is yours, and it matters more than you can measure. Every moment you hesitate, every second you pause, is a moment the world cannot take from you. Every instance you respond with thought rather than impulse builds a strength that cannot be stolen. The stakes are higher than you realize. Your relationships, your career, your health, your peace of mind, all of it hinges on the choices you make in these invisible moments. One reaction can spark conflict, erode trust, ignite regret that lasts days, months, even years. One response, measured and deliberate, can disarm tension, build respect, and create opportunities others can't see. Every day, life tests you. It pushes, it provokes, it rages, and it will continue to do so because the world is not gentle. It is relentless. But within that relentless storm lies a secret few ever discover. The storm does not control you. Only you can control the storm within you. And once you understand that, once you truly feel it in your body and bones, nothing outside of you has the power to dictate how you feel, how you act, or who you become. This is not about suppressing emotions. That is weakness masquerading as control. This is not about pretending everything is fine. That is avoidance dressed as courage. Real power comes from acknowledging what you feel, facing it head on, and choosing what to do next. That is discipline. That is sovereignty over yourself. That is freedom. And it starts with noticing the impulses you usually obey without question. It starts with seeing the anger, the fear, the frustration, the irritation, and realizing I do not have to act on this. I can let it pass through me. I can rise above it. I can choose the path that serves me, not the one that serves the moment. Every pause is a victory. Every breath before response is a small conquest. And as you collect these victories, they compound, they grow, they shift something invisible but undeniable inside you. People around you will feel it. The world will respond differently because you respond differently. Opportunities you never saw before will appear. Conflicts that once consumed you will lose their grip. Your mind, once scattered and reactive, becomes a weapon of clarity. Your energy, once drained by battles that never mattered, becomes fuel for creation, for focus, for progress. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You are no longer driven by the chaos outside. You are the master of your inner world, and mastery over the inner world shapes the outer world more than you can imagine. The urgency cannot be overstated. Every moment you remain trapped in reactive patterns is a moment stolen from the life you were meant to live. You cannot reclaim those moments once they pass. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to break free. But the power is here. It is immediate. It is yours for the taking if you dare to claim it. Notice the next impulse. Pause, feel it, own it, then choose. Choose clarity, choose strength, choose freedom. The world will continue to provoke, to challenge, to incite, but none of it matters if you refuse to hand over your control. This is the battlefield of the mind, the war that defines who you are. And victory is not only possible, it is inevitable when you refuse to react. Stand steady, hold your ground, breathe, watch the storm pass untouched. And in that space, know that every second you resist is a second closer to the life you were always meant to lead. The moment you realize that every reaction is optional, a fire ignites inside you. It is a fire of possibility, of control, of authority over yourself and your life. Most people live as if every provocation is a command, as if the world's chaos has the right to dictate their emotions, their decisions, their destiny. But not you. You are learning that the chaos outside only has the power you give it. Every second you refuse to react is a declaration. I am the ruler of my inner world. I am the master of my mind. And once you begin to feel that deeply, the world changes. The insults, the criticism, the unexpected setbacks, They no longer punch holes in your armor. They test it. And every test you pass strengthens it. Every pause, every deliberate breath, every conscious choice builds an invisible fortress around you that no one can breach. The stakes are higher than comfort, higher than pride, higher than fear of what others think. Because your emotional responses shape your reality far more than you notice. Every moment spent reacting impulsively chips away at your clarity, your focus, your relationships, your peace. Every moment spent controlled, deliberate, aware, rebuilds it stronger than before. Life is a series of these moments. It is a constant tide of provocation, irritation, challenge, and temptation. And in every moment, you are asked the same question. Will you surrender or will you rise? Will you give your power away or will you claim it? The choice is yours, and it carries consequences that ripple across everything you touch. Imagine walking through life untouchable by chaos, calm under pressure, clear in thought, strong in presence, not cold, not detached, just unshakable. People notice it. The world responds to it. Doors open that once were closed. Conflicts resolve before they begin. Your mind, once a battlefield, becomes a command center. Energy that used to be wasted on anger, frustration, and regret becomes fuel for creation, for progress, for achievement. You begin to see opportunities others overlook because they are too busy reacting, too busy being swept along by the currents of their own emotions. You become a force not because you dominate others, but because you dominate yourself. The urgency is real. Every reaction you give in without thought is a moment lost, a brick added to the wall between you and the life you want. The longer you delay, the more entrenched the patterns become, and the harder it is to break free. But the power is here, now. Every breath, every pause, every second you spend observing instead of reacting is a victory. It may seem small, almost invisible, but it is cumulative. Each victory compounds into strength, into clarity, into authority over your own life. And once you feel it, once you experience that quiet, unshakable power, you will never look back. You will know that the greatest battles are not with the world outside, but with the world inside. This is not a test you can fail. It is a practice you commit to, a habit you cultivate, a life you claim. The fire inside you is waiting to be unleashed. The storm outside will always come. People will provoke. Situations will challenge. Emotions will rise. But you have learned the secret. Nothing outside has power unless you hand it over, and you will not. You will step into the storm, calm, deliberate, aware, untouchable. Every reaction resisted is a step closer to freedom, a step closer to clarity, a step closer to the life you are meant to live. The path is clear. The choice is yours. Stand firm, breathe, observe, choose. And in that choice, you will discover the kind of power most people spend a lifetime chasing but never find. The power to be unshakable, unstoppable, and fully alive. Every time you resist the urge to react, you step into a level of power few ever taste. It is quiet power, but it is absolute. Most people waste their lives responding to every spark, every provocation, every slight. They trade their peace, their focus, their clarity for the fleeting satisfaction of a reaction. But not you. You are learning that restraint is strength, that control is influence, that silence can be louder than the loudest words. Each time you pause before responding, each time you let the impulse pass through you without surrendering, you are shaping your reality in ways no one else can. You are building a life where your emotions serve you, not enslave you. And the difference is visible. It radiates. People notice it, even if they cannot explain it. The energy you carry when you do not react is magnetic, commanding, undeniable. The stakes are rising with every moment. Every day spent reacting unconsciously is a day lost to frustration, conflict, and regret. Every word spoken in anger, every tension-filled silence, every defensive argument compounds into patterns that can define your life without you even realizing it. But every day spent observing, controlling, mastering, reclaiming your responses is a day won. It is a day where your energy is yours, where your clarity is intact, where your focus is sharp, and where your life bends toward freedom rather than chaos. This is the difference between surviving and thriving, between being tossed by circumstances and commanding your own course. Every moment you resist reaction is a declaration. I will not be ruled by fleeting emotions. I will not surrender my life to chaos. I am the master of my own mind. Imagine the clarity that comes when your mind is no longer a battlefield. Imagine moving through conversations, challenges, and conflicts with calm precision, seeing every opportunity clearly, untouched by the noise around you. Imagine the relationships that thrive when you respond with thoughtfulness instead of instinct. The trust you build, the respect you earn, the influence you gain. These are rewards that only patience, only self-control, only conscious choice can deliver. Every pause, every careful breath, every moment you observe instead of react is an investment in a life that most people only dream of. And the urgency is real. Time does not wait. Every day you remain reactive is a day slipping through your fingers, a chance wasted, a step further from the life you could be living. The fire of transformation is not gentle. It demands that you confront discomfort, that you resist impulses, that you feel tension and choose clarity over chaos. But every moment you succeed, you grow stronger. You reclaim energy that was wasted on pointless battles. You reclaim focus that was scattered in reactive storms. You reclaim peace that was stolen by momentary provocations. And the ripple effect cannot be overstated. One calm choice shapes the next. One deliberate pause changes the course of a conversation. One conscious decision strengthens your character, your relationships, and your life in ways you cannot yet measure. This is the battlefield where victory matters most. Not outside, not in the world's events, but inside you. Here, every decision, every breath, every refusal to react is a triumph. Here, you discover that freedom is not given. It is claimed. It is earned in the space between feeling and action. It is yours the moment you decide it is. The storm will rage. People will provoke. Life will throw challenges at you, fast and unrelenting. And you will not be shaken. You will pause. You will breathe. You will choose. Every reaction you deny is a step toward mastery, a step toward clarity, a step toward the life you are meant to live. Stand firm. Hold your ground. Claim this power. And in the stillness of your choice, know that nothing outside yourself can ever take it away. Every heartbeat carries a choice. Every moment presents a crossroads between reaction and mastery. Most people take the easy path. They let the first spark of irritation ignite into a flame that consumes them. They react because it feels instinctual, immediate, necessary. But instinct is not intelligence. Instinct is survival. It does not serve your goals, your vision, or the life you are meant to live. True power comes from breaking the instinctive cycle. It comes from seeing the surge of emotion and deciding that you will not surrender to it. That decision is electric. It changes everything. Every pause before action is a crack in the foundation of chaos. Every deliberate breath before speaking or moving is a step towards sovereignty over yourself. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a commander of your own inner world. The cost of ignoring this is higher than most realize. Every day spent reacting unconsciously is a day lost to frustration, regret, and wasted energy. Every harsh word spoken, every defensive action taken, every argument entered without pause adds weight to your life. That weight compounds. It shapes how others perceive you. It shapes how you perceive yourself. It shapes the opportunities you see and the decisions you make. The world does not wait. It does not pause. It does not forgive inaction. And yet, the power to reclaim it is entirely within you. One conscious pause, one deliberate choice, one refusal to be swept away. That is all it takes to begin rewriting your life. Every victory over reaction is a brick in a foundation that cannot be shaken. Now imagine moving through life untouchable by chaos. Calm under pressure, clear in thought, strong in presence. Imagine walking into conflicts with the ability to observe, to understand, to respond without losing yourself. Imagine the influence you command, not through force or aggression, but through control and awareness. Every interaction becomes sharper, every decision more precise, every opportunity more visible. Energy that was once drained by impulsive reactions now flows toward creation, toward focus, toward the goals that truly matter. Your mind becomes a weapon of clarity. Your presence becomes magnetic. Your life, once reactive and scattered, becomes deliberate and unstoppable. This is not theory. This is practical. This is urgent. Every reactive moment you give into is a moment that cannot be reclaimed. Every second spent lost to anger, fear, or frustration is a second that could have been spent building power, clarity, and control. The patterns of reactivity are strong, but not stronger than your will. You can break them. You can stop obeying impulses. You can pause, breathe, and choose deliberately. The first time you do it, you will feel it. The subtle but undeniable shift in energy. The quiet strength that comes from not surrendering to chaos. And once you feel it, even once, you will know that it is not temporary. It is permanent if cultivated. The world will continue to provoke. People will continue to test your limits. Situations will continue to rise in intensity and emotions will surge. But each time you have a choice. Every pause is a triumph. Every conscious decision to not react is a victory that compounds into mastery. This is where true freedom lives, not in circumstances, not in control over others, but in control over yourself. Your power is not in the absence of challenge, but in the response to it. Stand firm, breathe, observe, decide, and in that space between feeling and action, you will discover a force that reshapes your life entirely. Nothing outside yourself can touch it. Nothing outside yourself can take it. The storm may rage, but you will remain steady, unshakable, free. And every moment you master, every reaction you deny, every impulse you control builds a life that is no longer dictated by the world, but authored by you. Every time you choose to hold your ground instead of reacting, you are stepping into a realm few can access, a realm where you shape your destiny rather than letting it shape you. This is not about suppressing emotions or pretending to be unaffected. It's about mastering them. It's about understanding that you are not at the mercy of the world, but the world is at the mercy of how you respond. Every choice you make in the face of provocation is an opportunity to reclaim your power, your clarity, your life. The moment you choose to pause, to breathe, to observe, you gain control over what happens next. You turn the tables, you stop being a pawn in the game, and you start being the one who moves the pieces. This isn't just a tactic. This is a mindset that changes everything. It's a declaration that you will no longer be a slave to your impulses. You will no longer let fear, anger, frustration, or any other emotion dictate your actions. This is a shift so powerful that it will ripple through your entire life. People will begin to see you differently. They will feel your energy, your calmness, your presence. You will no longer react to the world. You will respond to it. And when you respond, it will be from a place of power, not panic, from a place of clarity, not confusion, from a place of strength, not weakness. Now, think about the people who have the most control in life. Think about the ones who seem unshakable, who move with purpose, who never seem flustered or anxious, no matter what life throws at them. It's not magic, it's not luck, it's control. It's the ability to look at a situation and decide, without hesitation, how you will respond, not how you feel, but how you choose. That power doesn't come from reacting faster or louder or more forcefully. It comes from responding with intention, from being the calm in the storm, the clarity in the confusion, the strength in the chaos. This power isn't just about what you can accomplish. It's about who you become. Every time you choose not to react, you evolve into someone who is steady, resolute, and unstoppable. You become the kind of person who not only survives the storm, but uses it to their advantage. People will gravitate to you, not because of what you say, but because of what you are. You will exude a quiet confidence that attracts opportunities, that diffuses conflict, that fosters trust. This power is magnetic. It's not something you have to chase. It's something that naturally emanates from you when you no longer hand over control to your impulses. The urgency here is not to wait. Every time you give in to reaction, you are wasting precious energy, precious moments, precious opportunities. Time is not on your side. It's slipping away with every knee-jerk response, with every emotional outburst, with every moment you spend reacting instead of acting with purpose. You can't afford to keep giving away your power. You can't afford to let life dictate your emotions and actions any longer. This is the moment. Now is the time to break free, to start taking control, to start making choices that shape your future. The choice is always there. It's always in your hands. Every time life challenges you, it's giving you a chance to take a step toward the life you truly want. It's giving you the chance to stop reacting and start responding. Every time you pause, you break the cycle of unconscious living. Every time you breathe instead of reacting, you take control of your life, your emotions, your future. And with each decision, you build momentum. You build power. You build a life that is unstoppable. This is your chance to step into a new version of yourself, to stop letting emotions rule your actions, to stop reacting to the world and start shaping it with your choices. Don't wait for the next provocation. Don't wait for the next challenge. Start now. Take the power back. Claim the control you deserve. And watch as the world shifts around you. Because when you stop reacting, you start living. And that right there is when everything changes. You are standing on the edge of something massive. Every moment that you take control, every time you decide not to react, you are building a fortress inside of yourself. This is no small thing. This is a shift in your very essence. No one becomes the best version of themselves by reacting to the world. No one builds an empire by surrendering their emotions to every little storm that comes their way. It is time to stop giving away your power. Stop letting the world dictate your feelings. You have everything you need right now to shape your destiny. You are the one who decides how you will respond, how you will stand, and how you will move forward. Every second you hesitate to react, every moment you pause, you are gaining strength. And it's building faster than you realize. But there's a cost to staying in the pattern of reaction. Every moment you spend reacting to others, you lose a part of yourself. You lose focus, you lose direction, you lose energy, you lose control. The more you let the world push your buttons, the more you relinquish the power to make your own choices. This is the time to step back, to stop living in the storm, to step into the calm that's always been waiting for you. You don't have to be a slave to your impulses. You can choose to master them. You don't have to let every situation, every challenge, every person who triggers you determine how you feel. You can take a breath, you can pause, you can choose. Think about the people who command respect. Think about the leaders, the change makers, the ones who rise above the noise. They're not the ones who react impulsively. They don't get lost in the drama. They don't get swayed by every emotion that comes their way. They are calm, focused, unshaken. They decide. They control. And you can too. You can rise above the noise and become someone who moves with intention, not impulse. Someone who is always in control, always poised, always powerful. This power doesn't come from being perfect, from never feeling anger or frustration. It comes from choosing how to respond every single time. It's about resilience. It's about strength. It's about the quiet power of knowing that nothing, absolutely nothing, can shake you from your center. The world will try to pull you into chaos. It will test your patience. It will provoke you. But with every moment you refuse to react, you are becoming someone who is untouchable. You are building an inner strength that nothing can penetrate. Your mind will become clearer. Your decisions will become sharper. You will see opportunities where others see obstacles. You will act with purpose and precision, while others act out of impulse and emotion. And as you continue this journey, the transformation will be undeniable. You will notice it in your relationships. You will notice it in your work. You will notice it in your sense of peace, your sense of control. And it will give you the power to shape your life in a way you never thought possible. The urgency is real. Life is too short to continue living in reaction. Every moment you delay is a moment wasted. Every second you allow yourself to be pulled into the drama is a second that could have been spent. Create something extraordinary. Time does not wait. The choices you make today will determine the life you live tomorrow. You can't afford to keep letting the world dictate your emotions. You can't afford to keep handing over your power. Now is the time to take control. Now is the time to stand tall. Now is the time to choose. You are not just reacting to life anymore. You are in charge of your life. Every choice you make, every decision to stay calm, to stay grounded, to stay focused, is a step toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. This is not a distant dream. This is happening right now. It starts with one choice, one moment of pause, one decision to stop reacting and start responding with intention. That's where everything changes. That's where you begin to rise. And once you start, there's no going back. The power is yours. The control is yours. The life you've always dreamed of is yours for the taking. But you have to choose. The time is now. You are on the edge of transformation. Every moment you choose not to react, every time you resist the pull of emotion, you are breaking free. This is where most people falter. They let themselves be swept away by feelings they don't control. They act before they think. They speak before they breathe. And in that rush, they lose themselves. They lose their power. They lose the opportunity to rise. But you are different. You have the power to stay grounded. You have the ability to pause and think. You are the one who holds the key to your future, and the future you're building starts right here, right now, in this very moment. You've been living too long in reaction. You've been letting life pull you, push you, control you, but not anymore. Not today. Today you make a choice. You decide that you will not let the world decide your feelings. You will not let chaos dictate your actions. You will stand firm. You will breathe. You will choose. And in that moment of choice, you become unstoppable. No one can take this from you. No situation can break you. Not anymore. Think about the life you want, the life you've dreamed of. It's waiting for you, but it won't come if you continue to react. It won't come if you keep letting emotions dictate your decisions. The world will keep pushing, challenging, testing you, but your strength, your clarity, your control, those are the things that will push back. And the harder you push, the more you will see. Opportunities will emerge, doors will open, challenges will become nothing more than stepping stones. Because once you have control over your emotions, you have control over everything. There is no more time to waste. Time doesn't stop for you. It doesn't wait for you to get your act together. It doesn't wait for you to get the courage to change. It keeps moving relentlessly. So you need to act now. You need to decide today, in this moment, that you are no longer a prisoner to your emotions. You need to make the decision to own your responses, to own your power. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the next challenge. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission. Your power is in the now. Your power is in every choice you make from here on out. Every time you choose not to react, you move closer to the person you want to become. Every moment you take a breath and decide how to respond, you become stronger. And this strength, it's contagious. It will radiate from you. People will start to notice. They'll feel the shift. They'll feel the calm, the confidence, the control. And they'll wonder how you do it. The answer is simple. You chose. You decided. You took the power back. And this isn't just about you. The impact you make when you stop reacting and start responding will ripple through everything in your life. You will transform your relationships, your work, your vision of what's possible. You will create a future that aligns with your highest self. A future where you are in control. A future where nothing can derail you. A future where you move with purpose and clarity, no matter what the world throws at you. You're building something powerful. You're building yourself. The time to change is now. You don't have another second to waste on reaction. You don't have another moment to lose to emotions that don't serve you. The world doesn't stop, but you can. You can pause. You can breathe. You can choose to be in control. And with every choice, you build a life that's stronger, clearer, and more purposeful than you ever thought possible. The future you want is not a dream. It's a decision. And it's in your hands right now. The only thing standing between you and that future is the decision to stop reacting and start taking control. Make that decision and watch your life change. You are standing at the edge of a breakthrough, but it won't wait for you. The longer you hesitate, the more your power slips away. Time is moving forward, and it will leave you behind if you don't seize this moment. Every second you waste is a second you could have spent transforming yourself. There is no more time to be passive, no more time to react out of instinct or emotion. You have to choose right now. You have to take that step. The world will never slow down, but you can rise above it. You can choose to be the one who moves with purpose, with clarity, with power. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The only perfect moment is this one, the one you are in right now. The choice to rise or stay in the same place is yours. Think about it. The people who get what they want in life are the ones who act. They're the ones who don't wait for permission. They're the ones who step into discomfort, who face the challenges head on, who decide to take control even when everything around them seems uncontrollable. You've seen them. You've felt that energy, that confidence. They're the ones who refuse to let their emotions dictate their decisions. They are the ones who decide that they won't react. They will respond with intention, with strength, with clarity. And they rise. They rise because they understand the most powerful truth of all. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. That is where the real power lies. This is your moment. You are no longer at the mercy of your emotions. You no longer have to react to the world as it tries to push you, pull you, break you. You have the power to decide how you will respond, how you will rise, how you will overcome. But it all begins with one simple choice: to stop reacting. It begins with the decision to pause, to breathe, to step into your power. That's where the change begins. That's where the future you desire starts. And it's not just a small change, it's everything. Because when you decide to take control of your emotions, you unlock something far bigger than you've ever imagined. You start to see the world differently. You start to see opportunities where others see problems. You start to see solutions where others only see obstacles. You start to rise higher, faster, with a sense of purpose that cannot be shaken. Your confidence grows. Your impact grows. Your life becomes something you can shape with your own hands. And all of it starts with one decision. One moment of control. One decision to not let your emotions run the show. The stakes are high. Every moment you spend in reaction, you are giving away your power. You are letting the world decide for you, letting the noise of the outside world dictate your inner peace. But the moment you take back control, everything changes. Every moment you choose to pause, to breathe, to respond with intention, you are building a foundation that will carry you through anything. You will have more strength, more focus, and more clarity than you've ever had before. And the best part, it will be yours to keep. The time for hesitation is over. You cannot afford to wait any longer. The life you want, the future you deserve is right there in front of you, waiting for you to claim it. But it won't wait forever. It's waiting for you to decide. And when you do, when you take that first step, you will be unstoppable. The world will watch as you rise, as you move forward with a purpose they've never seen before. And when you look back, you'll realize that it all started with one simple choice: to stop reacting and start responding with intention. That is where your true power lies. The rest of the world may not have figured it out yet, but you will. You will be the one who stands tall. You will be the one who rises. And nothing at all will be able to stop you. This is where everything changes. This is the moment you've been waiting for, but it won't wait for you much longer. Every second you hesitate, every moment you allow your emotions to control you, is another moment stolen from your future. The truth is, you don't have time to waste. You don't have time to stay stuck in fear or doubt. Your life, your success, your happiness, they all lie in the choice you make right now, the moment you decide to step into control, to take the reins of your emotions. That's when everything shifts. That's when the world opens up to you. You can feel it, can't you? That fire inside you, that urge to rise above, to break free from the chains that have held you down for so long. It's there, waiting to be unleashed. But it's up to you. You have to choose it. No one can choose it for you. You can't wait for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. The perfect moment is the one where you decide to act. Right now. If you keep waiting for things to line up, for life to give you a sign, you'll be waiting forever. Life doesn't work that way. Life rewards action. Life rewards the ones who move, who decide, who act even when they're scared. And if you're scared, that's exactly the moment when you need to move the most. Fear is just a signal. It's not the enemy. It's the catalyst. Fear is what drives you to make the decision to rise, to choose control, to choose your power. This isn't just about taking control over your emotions. This is about taking control over your entire life. The way you respond to the world is the way the world responds to you. And if you want different results, you have to change how you react. You don't get to decide what happens to you, but you always get to decide how you respond. This is the key to unlocking the life you've always dreamed of. Every time you decide to act with intention, every time you refuse to be a slave to your emotions, you are carving out a future for yourself that's built on your terms. You are not weak for feeling emotions, you are human. But you are also stronger than those emotions. You are more than your impulses. And right now, you're at the point where you can choose to let your emotions serve you, not the other way around. Imagine the power in that. Imagine being able to walk through your day without feeling like everything is pulling you, without feeling like you're at the mercy of what's happening around you. Imagine taking every challenge that comes your way and responding with strength, with clarity, with purpose. You can do that. You are capable of that, but it requires commitment. It requires you to show up every single day and choose to rise above. It won't always be easy, and you won't always get it right. But that's the journey. That's where you grow. It's not in the moments of success. It's in the decision to keep going when you feel like giving up. It's in the commitment to stay grounded, to stay present, to choose response over reaction, no matter what. And when you make that choice over and over again, you become unstoppable. Nothing will be able to shake you. Life will throw its worst at you, and you will stand tall, unshaken, and clear-headed because you've learned the art of control. This is your turning point. This is where you stop waiting for the world to change and start changing yourself. This is where you take your power back and use it to create the life you want. Every time you choose control, every time you choose to pause and think before reacting, you get one step closer to the version of yourself you've always dreamed of being, the version of you who is unstoppable, unshakable, and confident. This is your moment. Don't let it slip away. Don't let hesitation steal your future. Take that step. Make the choice. The world is waiting for the power inside you to break free. And now it's time to let it. This is where the real power lies. The decision to never look back. Once you decide to take control of your emotions, you become the master of your fate. It doesn't matter what's happening around you. The chaos, the distractions, the noise, they don't control you. You control you. And in that control, you unlock the kind of strength that doesn't just survive the storm. It rises above it. This is the power you've been waiting for. Not the power to change the world overnight, but the power to change your world. Your world starts right here, in this moment. The way you think, the way you respond, the way you take action. You felt it before, that sense of being overwhelmed, of being pulled in every direction, your emotions a whirlwind, spinning you out of control. You felt how easy it is to let your anger take over, to let fear dictate your next move, to react without thinking. And you've seen where it leads: regret, frustration, a sense of being stuck. But now, imagine for a moment, just for a moment, what it would feel like to rise above that, to stay calm when everything else is spinning, to meet chaos with clarity, to face your challenges head on, not as obstacles, but as opportunities to prove to yourself what you're made of. That's the power you have within you. Every time you stop reacting, you create space. Space for something better, space for something stronger, space for growth. You stop being a puppet of your emotions and become the one pulling the strings. The more you do this, the more you take control, the stronger you get. It's like building muscle. Each time you choose not to react, you grow a little more. You get a little stronger. The world can try to knock you down, but it won't matter because you will stand tall, unshaken, unmoved by the storms that used to break you. But here's the truth. You have to want it. You have to want control over your life more than you want to stay in the comfort of your old habits. You have to decide that the life you're capable of living is worth the work, that the version of yourself you dream of becoming is worth fighting for. And this fight's not with the world outside of you. It's with the version of yourself that keeps making excuses, that keeps falling back into old patterns, that keeps reacting instead of responding with power. You have to confront that version of yourself head on. You have to look it in the eye and say, no more. There's no more room for fear, no more room for doubt, no more room for waiting for things to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion. The only thing that's real is your decision to act. The only thing that matters is what you do next. So, what are you going to do? Will you continue to let life happen to you, or will you take control and make it happen for you? It's time to step into the arena and fight for your future, to take your power back and claim what's yours, to show up every single day with purpose, with passion, with the unshakable belief that you can control your destiny. Because you can. You just have to choose it. You've been through the worst of it, the storms, the doubts, the pain, but now it's time to rise. The person you are becoming is more powerful than you've ever imagined. The only thing holding you back is the belief that you can't. And that's a lie. That's the lie the world has told you. That's the lie your fear has whispered in your ear. But it's time to shut that voice down. It's time to break free. You are stronger than any emotion that tries to control you. You are the one who decides how to respond. And when you decide to rise, when you say calm, I say centered, stay in control, you unlock a power that cannot be touched. This is your time. Don't let it slip away. The world is waiting for you to step into your power. It's waiting for you to rise.